I 45th. Cheated on my husband 48. On my husband 48 of 20 years with a high school boy. This is the first time I ever cheated on my husband or anyone. And all of my friends know him and our kids, so I did not know where else to share it. Last weekend, I went to a corporate retreat at Disney World. It was the usual boring stuff at a hotel during the day, and then we get special access to the park. I spent a lot of time laying by the pool relaxing, sunning it. So I got into water to cool off and realized it left my towel on my chair. So I asked a guy walking past to hand it to me. He said sure and was handing it to me when a little boy ran past him too close, bumped the back of his legs, and he ended up falling in. We both laughed about it, and I complimented his athleticism for not landing on me. He said he'd done gymnastics, and I was feeling a little bold. I guess maybe the heat affected me. But I told him it showed and drubbed his bicep. It's really out of character for me, and I felt so awkward afterwards. I guessed he could not have been more than 20, but he was really fit with lean muscle and abs and a nice smile. And he did not look at all bad in the pool. Thankfully, he was not at all self-conscious about what I said and actually said I looked like I worked out a lot too. I do. Religiously. I said here and there when I have the time. He offered to get us more towels, and I watched his back muscles as he pushed himself out of the pool, and his swim trunks clung to his body. It was not a bad view, and I thought there's no harm in looking. He asked if he could sit next to me to dry off, and I said sure. We talked about the pool and the weather. Nothing deep. He had taken a few days off school and was there with his family, but did not want to go to the park again, so they'd let him stay at the hotel while his parents took his younger siblings. I told him I was there for work. Again, nothing deep. There was some gentle flirting too. He commented on a tattoo I have on my wrist and asked if I have any others. I said none that he could see, and he laughed. I have a pair of lips on one of my cheeks that I got when I was 18 and have regretted since. I asked if he had any, and he said maybe he'd find out. I thought he was a little forward, but clearly intelligent for his age, and handsome, of course. And I liked the attention, I suppose. My husband is a good man and father, but he also uses the toilet while I am in the shower and picks his teeth in bed, and other less than romantic things that just sort of develop over time. After an hour or so I said it had been nice to meet him, but I had to go back to my room and get cleaned up for dinner. He said he should too, and we walked to the elevator together. When the door closed, it was just me and him, and he said, "So, can I see Bo, my tattoo?" I asked ye. It's just us. Again, this is so out of character for me, but I figured what the hell, and I turned around and mooned him. He laughed and said he could not believe I did that. And I was laughing too and said me neither. And then he kissed me and I was in shock. But I kissed back. And before I know it, I'm making out with this boy in the hotel elevator. My heart has not raced like that in years. When the doors opened on my floor, I got off and asked if he was coming. I felt like I was not in control anymore, like someone else had taken over my body. He smiled, and I could see him getting eked under his trunks. We went to my room, and did not take long before we were both naked and kissing. I have always loved the feeling of being naked with another person for the first time. When I was younger, before I met my husband, I was not a slut, but I had with different men, and that was always my favorite part. The mutual excitement and vulnerability. It was amazing to feel that again. Weeft. It was not making love or it was king. I distinctly remember thinking as his penis slid into me the first time that it'll forever be a woman who cheated on her husband. This was athletic and intense. He did not have amazing technique, but he had stamina and great recovery time. I missed my dinner that night. We spent hours naked. screwing and resting and snacking and showering and watching. It was not just ficking, it was intimacy and having fun, and having a guy who closes the door to pee. His mom texted at 8 to say they were done at the park and coming home. He said he had to go and could he have my number. I stupidly gave it to him and got his. After he left, I got onto Facebook and looked him up. Much to my shock, he was in high school, not college. He was a senior and 18. Thank God. But I had a high school student. I was in shock for a moment and then just facepalmed and laughed. I should feel guilty, but I do not. I felt exhilarating and scary. I love my husband and do not plan on ever seeing this boy again or cheating again. But I am glad I did it.